guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is a very special day for me because today is my first anniversary on YouTube as an art teacher. Yes, I just called myself a teacher. Before, it was kind of like I was having a hard time accepting that I'm an art teacher. So now I decided to paint one of the most favorite subjects painting wise of mine. I don't know if this is my most favorite. I guess this is. We'll be doing some waves and like a seascape type of painting, and we will only be using 4 colors today. So it's quite minimalistic, and I really love this subject because the sea and the ocean, they are just my friends. So let me tell you now the colors that I'll be using for today's tutorial. We have, of course, my favorite color of all time, titanium white. We have Peynes gray. You can actually use black. If you don't have Peynes gray, we have permanent green deep, or you can use your phthalo green. It doesn't really matter as long as it's green. And we also have phthalo blue. So let's begin now. And I also have right here beside me the hair dryer, just in case I want to get things or to dry things quite fast. So I'm gonna underpaint now my canvas, and I'll be doing first the background before anything else. So for the background, this will be like a cloudy day. I know it's a happy day today, but I just want some clouds, all right? It doesn't mean that I'm sad. So I want you to get your titanium white, get your Peynes gray, so make some gray color, add some phthalo blue to make this bluish grayish color. Maybe you can add tiny bit of Peynes gray just to make it quite dark. I'm not expressing dark feelings. It's just that I want to paint some clouds today. You know, I really don't believe that paintings or the subjects that we choose reflect our emotions, but because I'm really happy today, it's just that I want to paint some cloudy type of day. I can paint a rainy day scene when I'm so happy, guys. It doesn't mean that I'm sad. I don't think, you know, some people are like that, but I really don't believe it absolutely. I don't know, it's just me, guys. So for the underpainting, I use some bluish grayish color. Alright, like that. So I'm gonna allow this first to dry, and then let's move on to the water part. I'm gonna get my Peynes gray, just pure Peynes gray, and I'm just gonna paint it here. I'm doing the horizontal application because we're following the flow of water here, because the wave will be like that. So following the rules of nature, it should be horizontal. Alright, like that. And then while the paint is still wet, I'm just gonna get my permanent green deep. I'm gonna add yellow, phthalo blue, and then I'm gonna add white to that, like this color, more blue perhaps. I'm gonna add Peynes gray to make it quite dark, and I'm gonna proceed doing the wave and trying to blend, guys. We'll do our best to blend like this, and we're gonna go up like that. Let's allow first the paints to blend, not to paint. So like that. And then I'm gonna get my Peynes gray again, just to darken this. Again, guys, let's have some pattern here. It should follow the flow of water. You know, you don't make like applications like this vertically. We don't want that. It would be easier for us to finish this painting following the rules of nature, how things go in nature. So I'm gonna get again my Peynes gray. I'm gonna darken this area because this will serve as the water is not being or not receiving light. So depth, we're creating depth Again, Peynes gray right here. If you hear a child crying, that's my neighbor, guys. All right. So again, while the paint is still wet, I'm just gonna add some bluish colors right there. I'm gonna get the mixture that we already have here, phthalo blue and phthalo green, or permanent green in my case. I'm just gonna add white perhaps. And later we'll be using our palette knives. Actually, I only have one knife, so not many knives. Not many knives actually. Just one is enough. Like that. And I think I have to extend this one a bit to create like a more thick wave. Okay, going to extend like that. All right, I'm gonna get again my Peynes gray, and we're going to dab on some dark shades right inside the topmost wave. What do you call this one? The crest of the wave. I'm trying to sound scientific, guys. The crest, I think. You know, it has parts. The waves, I mean, waves have, or a wave has parts. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. All right, and then I'm gonna get straight away my palette knife. So get your palette knife and dab onto your titanium white like this. And I'm just gonna use it to create some water-like movements. Like that. Of course, guys, always horizontal. Remember, okay, I'm gonna move my water bucket because it's blocking my hand. So like this. Always horizontal. And when you just follow the flow like that. I know that you understand what I'm meaning, guys. Horizontal, guys, don't do vertical. And for this one, diagonal. You don't do horizontal. Follow as you go up, you follow the flow of the water or the wave like that. All right, I'm gonna get my phthalo green or permanent green, just add white. I'm gonna add phthalo blue. I'm gonna add more white like this. I'm not really blending them. As you can see hints of blue and greens and whites. They're not fully blended because I want to create that natural color of the water by actually not blending them. And of course, later I'll be using my hand directly on my paint or on my canvas because I'm just like that. Here as well. I'm just gonna go vertical this time because again, I am following the wave pattern. All right. Next, I'm gonna use the same color. Make some circular patterns right here. I'm also adding some tiny bits of blues. Like that. All right. All right, it's looking like a wave already. I love it. And then I'm just gonna use my angle brush. I'm gonna get my Peynes gray again. I'm just gonna go and make some tiny details, not tiny, but uh, this is particular details, creating some depth, more depth. Like that. I'm gonna mix this with white to create some dark gray colors. And I'm gonna try to, right. Here. Okay, I'm gonna get my pure white. And I'm just gonna blend, guys. Of course, my number one tool, my own hand. Again, some white. I'm just gonna dab on some white right here. All right, again, just pure white. All right, like that. I think I have to allow this first like this. I'm gonna allow it to dry. We're gonna do some mountains, all right? So I'm just gonna get my angle brush, Peynes gray. Maybe I'm gonna add, I don't know, a tiny bit of phthalo blue because I don't want it to be super black. For the mountains, distant actually. You can do whatever shape you want, as long as it suggests some mountains. The more distant the subject or the object is, the more suggestive our painting should be. Because distance or details from afar cannot really be seen. All right, like that. Okay, I think I have to use my palette knife to create some kind of texture over the mountains or on the mountain. I'm just gonna use my palette knife again. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of white to my phthalo blue, Peynes gray, like this. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of green to suggest that there are some trees in there. All right, and then I'm just gonna dab on to my paint like this, creating some uneven texture on the mountain or on the rocks if you want. Depends on what you want it to be called. Doesn't really matter. All right, like that. I'm gonna wash my brush out now. Let's go and finish the clouds because I feel like it's quite empty. I'm just gonna use a round stiff brush in making my clouds or in detailing my clouds. Just gonna dab onto my white and my existing bluish colors. So it should be a little lighter compared to the underpainting that we did for this part. So I'm just gonna dab on some of that light bluish grayish color, and I'm just gonna create some cloud-like patterns right here. Alright, I'm gonna change brush. Going to quite blend it. Alright, now I'm gonna get my Peynes gray and darken my phthalo blue. Let's create some dark clouds. But we kind of have to blend it because we don't want it to be almost like it's about to rain. I don't like that. I just want some cloudiness. Cloudiness? Right. And as usual, I'm actually listening to some meditative music while talking to you guys. It's relaxing. Like that. It's actually looking nice already. So I'm gonna allow it first to dry because I really want to make some lighter colored clouds. All right. Let's go back to the waters. I think it's quite dry. It's not really dry, but I'm just gonna get my light greeny color. The one that we have is a combination of phthalo blue, phthalo green, and white. Maybe I'm gonna add more white because I kind of like it light. And I'm gonna go right in the middle. And I'm just gonna do this. Right, I'm gonna get my pure green this time. Phthalo green in your case. Oh, sorry guys, not pure green. I'm gonna add Peynes gray to make some dark greeny colors. Let's add more depth. Not depth. These are parts of the water that are not receiving light. Enough light. All right, like that. Okay, gonna wash my brush out, and I have to make some light gray colors. I want to lighten the mountain a bit, the right side, this side, just a bit. We're not gonna I just want to make it quite light to suggest that it's also receiving light. We don't want the full dark, like full on dark mountains in the background. We want to suggest some presence of light right there. And I'm just gonna define again a mountain. All right, like that. Let's go back to using white. I'm just gonna get more white because I already ran out of it. Of course, my favorite, I'm just gonna use my palette knife. I'm just gonna dab onto my white, all right, like this. Let's create more details. Right here, I'm gonna make some circular palette knife applications right on top because that is where the splashes of water are actually happening. Like this. Right here. Be careful though not to overdo this because we don't want large blobs of paints right there. We only want tiny bits of blobs of paints. Like that. Alright, so I'm just gonna use my angle brush again. I'm gonna dab onto my pure white. I'm gonna mix that with my light blue-green colors. Let's create some more details. Like that. Again, follow the flow of the water, guys. If it says, or if it feels like it is moving up, then you go vertical or diagonal. But basically, like 3/4 of this wave pattern is horizontal. So all or most of my brush strokes are quite horizontal. This is just pure white. All right, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get my pure Peynes gray. All right, let's make some dark or depth. Like let's define even more the depth. Here, I'm just gonna darken it. Oh, I love it. It's only been like what, 24 minutes. And I'm loving it already. Now I'm gonna get my pure white because I want to create more clouds. So pure white, I'm not changing my brush. It's still my angle brush. I don't know if it's dry. So I'm just gonna make some circular applications like this. Making some pure white, not pure white, but lighter clouds. Here. It should be a little brighter right here. Right. that. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna dab on some more white. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get again my pure Peynes gray, and let's make some more dark detailings right on top of my wave. Then and let's go back. All right. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of white because I kind of like it like quite light right here. Like that. Oh, I love it already. Like that. Like that. Let me check. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pure green. All right, pure green, or in your case, you can use phthalo green. I'm just gonna glaze some areas like this. And here, like that. All right, wash your brush out. I'm gonna get my pure phthalo blue. And I'm gonna glaze it like this. And I'm just gonna create a little more detailing like this. You know, I told you guys that I'm listening to meditative sounds, and then I suddenly clicked the commercial thing, so anyway, right there. Gonna wash my brush out. Oh, don't you love this one? I love it already. Absolutely. I'm gonna get my Peynes gray again. I'm just gonna redefine some areas. Sorry guys. Where did that come from? So I'm just gonna fix that one because I kind of ruined that one. But not really though, because I want to create some texture on the mountain, so it's kind of nice. Like that. Actually, I like it. This is very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, so I think for the last or the final steps, I'm just gonna use my palette knife, dab it onto my white, and of course you can listen to the beautiful sound of the streets in the background. I hope you're getting used to it, guys. And I'm just gonna create more texture. So I think I overdid it again with my greens. Okay, I suddenly click on the commercial once again. Oh, like that. I love it. All right, I think this is nice, and I think we're done. We're done, guys. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm gonna have to sign it now. So I'm just gonna use my white in signing this, and I don't know, here. All right, we're done. That was quick and that was fun. I like it. And you know how much I miss doing this one? This is just my thing. This is my waves and oceanscapes. That's just my thing. And I really enjoyed this one. That was quick. I was really confident in doing it. So thanks so much, you guys, and happy anniversary to me. Thank you so much for your support, for your amazing support to my channel, to me, and to my channel. You are really encouraging me to do more art and to just keep creating, you know, guys. It's like life to me already. It's just part of me. I don't think anyone could ever associate Chet with something else, not painting or art related. I don't think so. That will never ever happen again. Maybe to a new thing plus painting, but not anymore without painting in my life. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much again for your support, and see you in my next video.